This is Knocknaknee, a sleepy little village in the west of Ireland, where nothing much ever happens. That is until the arrival of some strangers from a foreign land and disturb the sleepless giant who lives among us. Well, it was back in the year 1921, and we were all going about our business, not knowing that there was an English cannon aiming its ugly snout in our direction. There's Joe, tending to his potkin still.
Oh, that's lovely stuff.
That there's Seamus fussing over his train. He's got her loaded up with bottles of potkin that he'll be taken to Galway City. And there's his wife, Maeve, sticking her nose out of the door, giving him a pitiful look of a woman who has lost her man to a lump of machinery. There's Martin getting his pub ready for the day. And that's his wife, Mona Gernan. A lovely old Gaelic name. As her ma always said, she did nothing but moan and girn from the moment she was born.
Jeez, look at ya, pouring the profits down your own neck. Get that floor brushed and dust those bottles. And then I want you in the back to lift those barrels. And don't forget you've got to go to Innishardy. Pick up those curtains I ordered. And when you're back you need to sort out those tatties and nips. And sure, wash those windows, they're bogging. And give yourself a wash while you're at it.
Help. Well, back to that English cannon. Those black and tan fellas have only themselves to blame for what happened next. Hearing the explosion, the women of the village leapt into action and hid. There goes Seamus trying to save the precious potkin nectar that he's got hiding on the train. Then the black and tan heathens rounded up those brave men of the village. And as they were standing there deciding on who to beat up first, they heard a strange, terrifying noise. And that was the last we ever saw those black and tan boyos. And less than a year later, they all fecked off back to where they came from. Nothing much has happened here ever since. Well, there was that time Martin went around and had a word with Finn the Giant, and the next day Mona Gernon was walking about with a bandage on her head, telling everyone that from now on to call her by her middle name Joy. And peace finally returned to Knocknaknee. You haven't seen a donkey by any chance?